Welcome everybody to the next lecture. This is one that is particularly close to my heart, given its centrality to any digital transformation in an enterprise. It is entitled The Relevance of Enterprise Security Architecture in Information Security. Effective enterprise architecture is essential for organizations seeking to enhance operational efficiency and protect their information assets. The alignment of strategies with overarching business goals is crucial, and frameworks such as TOGAF, the Open Group Architecture Framework, and SABSA, the Sherwood Applied Business Security Architecture, play pivotal roles in this process. This lecture delves into these frameworks, their components, methodologies, and their relevance to information security, aiming to provide an understanding of how enterprise security architecture supports organizational resilience in a complex digital landscape. Enterprise security architecture refers to the structured approach to aligning security strategies with business objectives, ensuring that security measures are integral to all facets of an organization's operations. It encompasses policies, standards, and practices that guide the protection of information assets while considering the organization's unique requirements and risks. The relevance of enterprise security architecture to information security cannot be overstated. It establishes a framework within which organizations can identify their critical assets, assess potential threats, and implement controls to mitigate risks. The following sections elaborate the key reasons why enterprise security architecture is essential for robust information security. One of the primary purposes of enterprise security architecture is to ensure that security measures align with the organization's business objectives. When security is seen as a barrier, it can hinder business operations. However, when integrated into the business strategy, security can enhance operational efficiency and build customer trust. This alignment fosters a culture where security is considered a business enabler rather than as an impediment. It also provides a proactive approach to risk management. By identifying potential vulnerabilities and threats early in the process, organizations can implement preventive measures rather than react to incidences after they occur. This proactive stance not only minimizes potential damage, but also reduces the overall cost of security incidences. Many industries are subject to strict regulatory requirements regarding data protection and security. An effective enterprise security architecture helps organizations ensure compliance with these regulations, thereby avoiding legal repercussions and financial penalties. By embedding compliance into the architecture, organizations can streamline processes and enhance accountability. In terms of a holistic security approach, you've got to remember that you need to integrate security considerations across all layers of the organization's architecture. This includes business processes, information systems, and technology infrastructure. By fostering a culture of shared responsibility for security, you can create a more resilient environment that is better enabled and equipped to handle threats. To understand the relevance of enterprise security architecture, it is essential to grasp key components: the security policies and standards, risk assessment frameworks, security controls and technologies, incident response plans, and continuous monitoring and improvement. We've been discussing these in other lectures. So let's move on to TOGAF. TOGAF is a structured framework developed by the Open Group, aimed at improving organizational efficiencies through a comprehensive approach to enterprise architecture. It provides a guide for organizations to design, plan, implement, and govern their architecture in alignment with business objectives. At the core of TOGAF is its architecture development method, otherwise known as ADM. It is a systematic process for developing enterprise architecture. The ADM consists of several phases that guide practitioners from the initial vision through implementation and governance. The preliminary phase prepares the organization for architecture work. It involves establishing the architecture framework and ensuring that the necessary organizational structures and governance processes are in place. Phase A is the architecture vision. In this phase, organizations define the scope, objectives, and stakeholders involved in the architecture development process. This phase emphasizes aligning the architecture vision with business goals, ensuring that security considerations are included from the outset. Phase B is the business architecture. This phase focuses on developing the business architecture that supports the vision. This includes understanding business processes, organizational structures, and the information needed to operate effectively. Phase C is information systems architectures. This phase involves developing the data and application architectures that support the business architecture. Security requirements must be considered to ensure that sensitive information is adequately protected. Phase D is the technology architecture. In this phase, organizations define the technology infrastructure necessary for implementing the architecture. This includes identifying the security technologies that will support the business objectives. Phase E is opportunities and solutions. This phase identifies and prioritizes solutions that will help achieve the architecture vision. It also assesses the implications of various solutions on security and risk management. Phase F is migration planning. Migration planning involves developing a detailed plan for implementing the architecture, including timelines, resource allocation, and security considerations. Phase G is implementation governance. This phase ensures that the implementation aligns with the architecture and that security measures are being followed during the deployment. The final phase is Phase H, architecture change management. This final phase focuses on managing changes to the architecture over time, ensuring that security measures remain effective as the organization evolves. Implementing TOGAF provides numerous benefits. It standardizes processes, facilitating effective communication and collaboration across the organization. Its flexibility allows customization to meet specific organizational needs, while its focus on aligning IT initiatives and security initiatives with business goals can lead to significant cost reductions. Moreover, TOGAF's emphasis on security throughout the ADM process ensures that security is integrated into every aspect of the architecture, enhancing the organization's overall security posture. So let's move on to SABSA. That is SABSA. SABSA is a framework focused on ensuring that security is aligned with business needs and integrated into an organization's architecture. Its primary goal is to provide a structured approach to designing security architectures that can adapt to changing business environments. SABSA comprises several key components that collectively guide organizations in developing effective security architectures. SABSA begins by identifying business objectives and understanding the attributes that drive security requirements. This ensures that security measures support business goals. Business attributes are the fundamental characteristics or capabilities that an organization needs to achieve its goals. They are the building blocks of a business's success. Examples of business attributes might include customer satisfaction, financial performance, operational efficiency, regulatory compliance, innovation, or reputation. Business drivers are the factors that motivate or influence an organization's actions. They can be internal or external, and they often shape the priorities and strategies of a business. Examples of business drivers might include market trends, technological advancements, economic conditions, regulatory changes, competitive pressures, and organizational goals. Now, please bear in mind that business attributes and drivers are interconnected. Business attributes represent the desired outcomes or capabilities, while business drivers influence the strategies and actions that are needed to achieve those outcomes. For example, if a business driver is regulatory compliance, then relative business attributes might include data privacy, risk management, and auditability. SABSA uses a hierarchical approach to identify and prioritize business attributes and drivers. This approach involves 1. Identifying business objectives, defining the overall goals and aspirations of the organization. 2. Deriving business attributes, such as identifying the specific characteristics or capabilities that are needed to achieve the objectives. 3. Assessing business drivers. This is the identification of factors that influence the organization's ability to achieve its objectives. And 4. Prioritizing attributes and drivers. This is determining the relative importance of each attribute and driver based on its impact on the organization's success. By understanding the relationship between business attributes and drivers, organizations can develop security architectures that are aligned with their strategic goals and effectively manage their risks. The SABSA framework provides a structured method, therefore, for developing security architectures that address identified business needs and risks. This development process is iterative and adapts to changes in the business environment. SABSA emphasizes the importance of governance in managing security architectures. This framework ensures that security measures are effectively governed and that roles and responsibilities are clearly defined. Its lifecycle management focuses on the continuous improvement of security architectures. This includes regular assessments, updates, and adaptations to address emerging threats and changes in the business environment. SABSA is built on several guiding principles, including business-driven security. This is, security architecture should be driven by the specific needs and goals of the business, ensuring relevance and effectiveness. Risk management, emphasizing the importance of identifying and managing risks as part of the architecture development process. And to reiterate, adopting a holistic approach where security should be integrated across all layers of an organization's architecture, fostering a culture of shared responsibility. The adoption of SABSA offers several advantages. It ensures that security measures align with business objectives, providing flexibility to adapt to changing environments and offering a comprehensive approach to managing security risks. By embedding security within the enterprise architecture, organizations can enhance their resilience against threats. While TOGAF and SABSA serve distinct purposes within the realm of enterprise architecture, they complement each other in significant ways. TOGAF provides a broad framework for aligning business and strategies, while SABSA focuses specifically on the security aspects of that architecture. Organizations can benefit by integrating TOGAF and ABSA together by leveraging TOGAF's ADM to ensure that security considerations are included in each phase of the architecture development process. By doing so, organizations can create a cohesive and resilient architecture that not only meets business needs but also protects against security threats. Integrating the methodologies of TOGAF and SABSA allows organizations to enhance their overall security posture. By systematically addressing security at every stage of the architecture development process, organizations can mitigate risks and respond effectively to emerging threats. It also results in improved compliance as an outcome. Establishing a governance framework that defines roles and responsibilities for architecture development is crucial. Implementing governance mechanisms ensures that security measures are effectively managed. clear roles and responsibilities should be defined to support accountability. Training teams is essential for building the internal expertise. This training should encompass both architectural principles and security considerations to create a holistic understanding. You should engage stakeholders through workshops to help outline and define the architecture vision, which will ensure alignment across the organization. Security stakeholders should be included in this process to ensure that security needs are adequately addressed. Organizations should develop the necessary documentation and models to support their architecture. This includes defining security requirements and ensuring that they are integrated into architectural models. The processes are iterative, allowing companies to continuously refine their approach. Regular assessments of security measures should be part of this refinement process. Despite their benefits, both TOGAF and SABSA present challenges for companies. TOGAF's comprehensive nature can be complex and overwhelming, particularly for smaller organizations, while its implementation often requires substantial resources for training. SABSA may face difficulties in integrating security architectures with existing frameworks and necessitates ongoing vigilance to keep security measures up to date in a constantly evolving landscape. When considering the implementation of either framework or both, companies should take into account their size and complexity. Engaging stakeholders throughout the process is essential, as is emphasizing the importance of continuous improvement. Resistance to change is a common challenge in any organizational initiative. To address this, leaders must communicate the benefits of adopting TOGAF and SABSA, emphasizing how these frameworks can enhance efficiency and security. Involving employees in the implementation process can also foster buy-in and create a culture of security awareness. In terms of key considerations for measurement, let's just run through the following. These are a mere handful of examples. Alignment with business objectives. So it must ensure that metrics align with the organization's overall goals and strategies. You've got to measure the data quality. So use reliable and accurate data sources to support the measurement efforts. Timeliness. So you've got to collect and analyze data in a timely manner to inform the decision making. The select metrics also have to be relevant to specific business attributes and the drivers being measured. This, in my opinion, is the absolute key point in this particular list. And obviously, you've got to keep the methodologies and standards for measurement consistent. In other words, if it's being used elsewhere in the organization, consider using it now so you've got common terminology throughout. And by doing this, you can gain valuable insights into the performance of their security initiatives, and you can make data-driven decisions to improve overall security posture. Now, just going back to the select metrics that are relevant to specific business attributes and drivers being measured. There is a book on SABSA by Sherwood et al., and there's also the TOGAF standard. You could look in the TOGAF standard to get an idea of the specific metrics that are typically recommended. I'm speaking in a generic sense. And Sherwood's book has also got a list of generic attributes and drivers derived from their experience. You can look at this and you can adapt it to your specific organization. Now, if you thought you've escaped from anthropology in this lecture, think again. TOGAF, SABSA, and systems theory from anthropology share a fundamental interest in the understanding of complex systems and their interactions. So while TOGAF and SABSA are specifically designed for enterprise architecture, both approaches offer valuable insights into the design, development, and management of complex systems. Let's take a closer look. Both TOGAF, SABSA, and systems theory emphasize a holistic view of systems. They consider the interconnectedness of their components and their interactions with the environment. Or the approaches recognize that complex systems can exhibit emergent properties that are not predictable from the properties of the individual components. Both TOGAF, SABSA, and systems theory acknowledge the importance of feedback loops in shaping the behavior of systems. Positive feedback can amplify changes, while negative feedback can stabilize systems. Systems theory and anthropology often considers the cultural context in which systems operate. This can be particularly relevant when designing systems for organizations with diverse cultural backgrounds. Systems theory can provide insights into how symbolic interactions and cultural meanings influence the behavior of systems. This can be helpful in understanding how technology can impact organizational culture and vice versa. Systems theory can shed light on power dynamics within organizations and how they can influence the design and implementation of systems. This can help enterprise security architects identify potential barriers to change and develop strategies to address them. A combined approach can be particularly valuable in the following areas. Enterprise architecture planning. Systems theory can help in understanding the broader context of an organization's systems and identifying potential cultural or social factors that might impact the design and implementation of new systems. Change management. TOGAF, SABSA, and systems theory can provide insights into the process of organizational change and the importance of considering the interconnectedness of different systems. There's also technology adoption. Systems theory can help to understand the factors that influence the adoption of new technologies within an organization, such as cultural norms and power dynamics. Now to conclude, in the realm of enterprise security architecture, both TOGAF and SABSA play vital roles in guiding organizations towards improved efficiency and enhanced security. The relevance of enterprise security architecture within this context is paramount, as it helps ensure that security measures are aligned with business objectives, effectively managed, and integrated across all levels of the organization. Understanding the strengths and applications of TOGAF and SABSA empowers organizations to select the most suitable framework for their unique needs. By integrating security into the enterprise architecture process, organizations can navigate the complexities of modern business and technology while maintaining a strong security posture. As the digital landscape continues to evolve, the principles of effective enterprise security architecture will remain critical and crucial in safeguarding organizational assets, projects, and programs, and ensuring long-term success. Through the thoughtful application of these frameworks, companies can create resilient architectures that not only support their business goals, but also protect against the myriad of threats facing today's information-rich environments, and thereby assist project managers in delivering the projects effectively, on time, and securely, with ongoing support. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lecture.